Welcome back to Get Rest with Knowledge. In today's session, we'll explore one of the most important parts of SQL, the DML commands. These commands allow us to insert new data, update existing records, and delete unwanted information from our tables. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to use them safely and effectively. 1. What is DML? DML stands for Data Manipulation Language. These commands work inside your tables. Think of a table like a spreadsheet. DML helps you 1. Insert new rows. 2. Update existing rows. 3. Delete unwanted rows. 4. Merge to upsert. 1.1 Setup. Sample table. We'll use a simple students table. If you already have one, skip this step. Let's start with the insert command. In simple words, insert is used to add new data into a table. Think of your table like an Excel sheet. Every time you insert, you're adding a new row. Sometimes, instead of adding values manually, we want to copy data from one table into another. In SQL, we do this using the insert with select statement. This is very common when we need to move or migrate data. First, you write the table name. Next, you list the columns where you want to add data. Finally, you give the actual values for those columns. Insert multiple rows in SQL. So far, we've seen how to insert a single record. But in real projects, we often need to add multiple rows at once. Instead of running insert many times, SQL allows us to insert multiple rows in a single command. Multiple inserts save time compared to writing many single insert statements. Always make sure the values match the columns in order and data type. For very large data, it's better to use insert, select from another table. Now let's move on to the update command. In simple words, update is used to modify existing data in a table. Instead of adding new rows, update changes the values of the rows that are already there. Here's how it works. First, write the table name. Then, use set to mention which columns you want to change and their new values. Finally, use where to specify which rows should be updated. Without where, all rows in the table will be updated, so always be careful. The real power of update comes when we use it with a condition. A condition allows us to update only specific rows instead of the entire table. Without a condition, every row would be modified, which is risky. Update with subquery in SQL. Sometimes we need to update a table based on values from another table or from a calculated result. For this, SQL provides subqueries inside the update command. In this syntax, the subquery runs first and produces a value. That value is then used to update the target table. Update with case in SQL. Studio microphone voiceover. Sometimes we want to update rows differently based on certain conditions. Instead of writing multiple update statements, we can use a case expression inside update. This makes our query shorter and more efficient. In this syntax, case checks each condition in order. When a condition is true, it assigns that value. If no condition is true, the else part is used. Delete command in SQL. After learning how to insert and update data, now let's see how to remove data using the delete command. Delete helps us remove unwanted rows from a table, but it keeps the table structure safe. In this syntax, first, write the table name. Then, use where to specify which rows should be deleted. If you don't use where, all rows in the table will be deleted.